Hello and welcome everybody to this new episode. I'm Christian from Berlin, and last time you learned a new key, and I thought, why not use your new knowledge for another lesson and combine it with an old classic? Because I also realized many of you quite enjoyed learning a piece. But this time my focus is not on improvising on that piece, but I will use some time on explaining to you what you play there, that you become more knowledgeable and not just learn the single note of the piece by heart, but you take something home with you that in the future you can approach pieces you learn and say, I know why that is. So there is sheet music for this, and those who bought the sheet music, this episode is in your mailbox right now already. On others, please follow the link and explanation, scroll down in the text box and you will see how it works with the sheet music. Okay, so I hope you enjoy my approach. Let's learn it. So let's start. We have three parts. Now it's the first part, and we start with the chord. We are going to need the D minor chord, and we're going to need the A7 chord, and we put them in a very basic pattern. It's going to be like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. We go to A first with the fifth. 3, 5, root, 3, 5, then we add the 1, 3, 7, 1, 3, 7, and D minor again. So, knowing these chord notes helps you also with the right hand. We are not going to play the bare skeleton, which would be the easy, the pre-humanity, pre-civilization version, just with the just with one note. Hey, that ain't even music. So what we're going to do is just a little bit. Add one chord note, and since the chord structure and the melody are so easy, we can afford that. Yes, I burn you with an additional chord note, and since you now know the chords, you know exactly what I'm doing. Yeah. You know now that this is a chord note, and as soon as the D minor comes, we put a chord note on top. It sounds a little bit richer. I play it as a whole in a second. And here, basic skeleton pre-civilization note, this one. And we are now a little bit better already, because I introduced you to the chords, and you know, hey, yes. So, will you manage? Yes, of course you will. I play it very slowly. Add the 7 in the left hand. 3, 7. Chord note. And 3 and 4 and 1. Again. Repeat it. 3 and 4 and 1, 2. You know what's coming? Here, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 7. And now, after the repetition, we play like before 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. And this leads to the next part. After the repetition, we go here. D minor, E. It's originally E7, but we make it easier here. E. And then I want you to play this monster. A German monster. And you see, by now, some of you might already see it's the A7, huh? You can see the A7, although it's not, the root is not here. Here, can you see the A7? Can you still not see it? Then I'll put this one on top. Now you have the A7. Did I say E7? A7. Yeah, you see, we just put the 7 down here, and the root is played here, so we just play this one. It's complete A7. You know, my mission is not always just to sell sheet music and become rich. That's my first mission. No, I'm kidding. My first mission, of course, is to make you understand what you're playing, that you can approach other pieces and learn other pieces in a similar fashion on your own later on. Okay? Understanding means learning faster. Oh, here we have the A7. Okay? Goody. Then we come to the next part. The B part. Let me play first the whole thing, and then I explain you how I come to this excellent result. What is it, Christian? Please, master, let us know. Left hand. It's the really cheap left hand you know all along from those easy blues books. It's the only good thing in easy blues books. Between the 5th and the 6th, you know this from the C blues, Ocean, and now it's just on D. Between the 5th and the 6th, and here we have the G, and we just have 3 chords, the D, the G, and the A. Just remember the F sharp is the only one that sticks out. Put your thumb a little bit out. Here's a major task for your thumb, finally, after so many years of your lifetime. Okay, now, we want to do a little bit more than just the skeleton, which would be like just the basic single notes, and I'll show you what I did. First, also remember the structures. If you want to memorize this piece, don't memorize it in single events, but for example, oh no, Christian, 3 notes. How can I ever remember that? I'm over 30 now. Well, it's the 3 notes of the D major chord. You see? That's so you just remember one thing, like not much later, actually right now. Now, if we have a look at this piece of melody, hey, what is that? Yeah, just add the G, and you have the G7 structure, and then you see, it's just the top part of the G7 chord, which you know already from your year 20, 30, 50, 70 years in C, in the key of C. Now, we just play the B flat, and we have the, you can recall it easily. And so this would be just the bare melody. What I did is, and here now, with the F, I add a chord note. Makes it richer. Oh yes. Oh yeah, that sounds much better then. So, and I add, this chord note is the 3rd of G, and I do just the same. When I hit the D in the melody, I add the major 3rd again of D. Here, major 3rd of G, and the major 3rd of D. Easy to remember. And I can tell you already, I've made it a principle here. Every time I hit the F on, you hit the chord note B natural here, B. Okay? So just remember that. That's the easiest to remember. So we are here. And then we have this long gap. We leave that open for a moment. Here, again. Remember this? Yes, you do. It's just 20 seconds ago. And what did I tell you about the F? You hit this button again. What was this button called? Key B. Ah, fantastic. And we do it again. And again the same like before. It's repeating. Fantastic. So, again, set structure of G7. And you remember F. With every F you play the B button, as the pianists say. and 1. Here's a gap. We leave that gap open. We fill it in a minute. Less than a minute. And now we come to the A approaching. Okay. Yes. Do you think what I think? Yes. The composer just made this piece for this tutorial, because it just follows really what I've been saying before here. It's the A triad. So easy to remember. Melody is, but we know better by now. Since you're in my course of Blues Piano for Beginners, we know we can fill in. We have little to do in the left hand. We can add a little bit to make it more luxurious. So, and the left hand is your metronome. It's not just there to sound good or to annoy you. but it's also your metronome for the syncopations. Now you saw me play something in those gaps. As we all know, there are really beautiful gaps that you should not fill, like the Grand Canyon. Imagine you would fill the Grand Canyon. Somebody would make a tutorial on the Grand Canyon and fill it up because it's a big gap. No, we are in blues piano business, and long gaps we can fill with how you call them? Fills, that's right. So, last step for the P part, the B part. Now, here. How wonderful. What is that? Look, we are in D, and this is minor third, major third octave. MMO. Is that an abbreviation for something else? Minor third, major third, MMO. Just remember MMO. Minor, major, octave. Now. You can play it now up or down as you like. Ooh. And the A bit. And wherever you like. And now it sounds already really nice. I would repeat it for your sake, but we have to go on. But you see, I do repeat it, okay. Now, two things are left to say. First, if you want to end the piece after the C part, you play it as I did in the beginning when I played it first, in the beginning of the video, which was like this. And then we play the E flat 7, typical ending. And this for the well-being. Or you play it with a turnaround, again, just as I did right now. And then the A7, which leads to the new A part. Okay? And you might have realized I played fills also for the A part. when I played it first. Now, if you're good enough and you managed all this, it's just a cat jump. You go back to the first performance and you just add these. That's now really easy for you to do. I won't repeat the whole A part just for that. Okay? I hope I structured it well for you to learn it. Hope so. I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, please leave your thumbs up. Helps me, helps my channel a lot. And I say thanks for watching. Bye bye from Berlin. Tschüss. Stay safe.